people in here. Hey, Bree. All right, guys. What's going on? Let me do this. While I'm waiting for a few of y'all to come on in here, I can get the rest of this stuff going. Hey, Elsa. What's up, boo? Okay, y'all. So I do have a special guest that's coming on tonight to make up for last week. I hope this makes up for last week since I left y'all hanging on a special guest. But I'm waiting for him to join. And I am trying to invite some more people. So y'all just be patient. Don't go nowhere. Just give me a second. Okay, let me see where he is. Okay, well, while I'm already on him, I can remind you guys on what we discussed last week on last Friday. Like I said, I was not able to have a special guest last Friday because some things got rearranged. Hey, Red. But we still had a discussion. Okay, no problem, boo. We still had a discussion, and Friday I asked the question of, I know what you meant, Red. Friday I asked the question, ignore what I'm about to send you, Red. Just ignore it. Friday I asked the question. Thank you for sharing the video. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't have to be begging people no more. Thank you so much for sharing the video. Hey, Chris Lloyd. So if you guys could really quickly, while I'm still waiting on the guests to tune in, if you could go ahead and just share the video now so that your friends and followers can also chime in and watch it, share it, like it, comment, whatever they want to do. But I want you to give them that option. Share the video. Why not? Share it. It's caring. Don't be stingy. All right. So last week, didn't I do one last week? I did. So last week, even though I didn't have a special guest on Friday, I still asked the discussion topic question, and I asked the question of, are parents obligated to expose their past if it has an effect on their children currently? Thank you for sharing, Lisa. So if you missed that video, make sure you go into the events tab on Talk of Fame 101's Facebook Live page. Go on Friday's date, which was the 4th. Hey, Sean. Go on Friday's date, which was the 4th, and watch that video, and be sure to chime in and give me your input. I am still checking up on the special guest really quickly to see where he is. And as soon as he gets on, we can get started. So tonight, though, I'm very excited because I get to do things a little bit different tonight. So you guys have never seen me like in action. And when I say in action, I mean you guys have never experienced me do like a live interview or things like that, which I used to do for my magazine. But tonight, it's the start of something new. So tonight, before me and him get started on the discussion topic, we are first going to conduct a live interview. I'm going to ask him a few questions so that, I can be a little bit nosy. And then after his interview, we're going to go straight into the broadcast. So I want you guys to stick around so you can learn some things about him. And I also want you to stick around for the discussion because, I want your input. So, yeah, that's fine. So for those of you that don't know, though, really quickly, my guest for tonight, his name is Jean Deau. He's a part of the, I'm going to make sure I don't say this wrong. He's a part of Mu'min Muzik and Famerica, which is also connected to Fam Gloom, which is, he's his label mate is Rollo. So, yeah, I'm excited to talk to him, see what he got going on and ask him a few questions. As many of you may or may not know, also, I'm not your typical interviewer. I guess I don't ask the boring, dry questions. So you're not going to hear me ask him too much about, like, I'm not going to ask him any questions about his name, his artist name, or anything like that. Because, I feel like those are typical questions he's been asked every time he's done an interview. Y'all know I like to get personal. I want to know all the goods. I want the inside scoop. I want us to feel like best friends by the time he leaves his broadcast. So just waiting for him to come on so I can start being nosy and y'all can be nosy with me. Go ahead and invite some more people. Don't forget, if you have not done so already, please share the video right now so that more people can have the option to watch, share, like, comment, all that good stuff. If you do not know how to share the video, you simply hit the comment button, and in the upper left-hand corner, it should be the share option. And I appreciate it so much, y'all. Let me see what's going on. Hey, Charlie. Hi, Charlie. Hey, Shay. All right, y'all, stick with me. Just waiting on my special guest to come through. Bear with me, y'all. Thank you again, like I said, to those who have shared the video so far. Well, I'll let you guys know at least what the topic is going to be tonight while we're waiting. So, after our live interview, we are going to be discussing the topic that I have at hand that I want you guys to still give me your input on. I still want y'all to comment and all that good stuff. The only difference is and another person on camera, listening to your input and giving our own. Hold on one second. This is him, y'all. Okay, so really quickly, because he should be coming on any second now. He'll be on any second now. So the topic that we are going to discuss after he finishes interview is, and don't forget, I want y'all's input so y'all don't get quiet on me. I'm going to ask, with the industry being an easy target, meaning the music industry, with the music industry being an easy target for exposure to ridicule, I think that's okay. With with the music industry being an easy target for exposure to ridicule, which may sometimes result in imprisonment and or harsh publicity, do you believe? Hey, there he is. All right, now give me 1 second. Let me bring you in. So he's here. Hey,
Hey,
how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Are you ready? You excited?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
You ready? All right, y'all. So since he's here, we're gonna get started with the interview. And then, like I said, after I ask you a few questions, we're gonna go straight into the topic. So what I normally do is I'll pitch like a topic, discussion topic, and then I'll ask my special guests to give me their input on it, how they feel about it, and then I open up the floor to the viewers for them to tell me how they feel about it or ask any questions or anything like that. Okay?
Okay, works for me.
Okay. All right. So, and I'm going to warn you, I'm not your typical interviewer. So I'm not going to ask you the standard questions like, how did you get the name Jean Deau? How long have you been around? I'm not about to ask you all that. So I like to get personal. I like to get
Okay,
real
okay,
personal and nosy. So, get prepared. All right.
okay.
So the first question, we're just going to get this out the way so I don't have no chicks coming to me later asking me this question. What is your current relationship status?
Uh, it's complicated.
This ain't Facebook. Talking about real life. Okay. We're gonna leave it as complicated. All right. All
Uh,
right. So the next thing I want to know is I want you to tell me 4 interesting facts about yourself that do not include music.
four interesting facts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Muslim. Uh, I did 10 years in prison.
Okay.
Um, Let me see. Uh, mm,
Come on, you gotta be interested. Come on, it gotta be more than that.
no, I ain't that interesting. But I'm no. Let me see.
Everybody's interesting in their own way.
Let me see. Let me see. I gotta think now. You caught me off guard with that. That don't got nothing to do with music.
That has
Oh,
nothing to do
I
with
don't
music.
smoke or drink or do drugs.
Okay.
That's
I made that
interesting.
face because you don't hear most people in the music industry
Yeah,
that don't do any of that. So okay,
yeah. No,
big
I
ups.
don't do none of that. Let me see. Uh, what else? Oh, and I can read and write Arabic.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
that's dope.
That's a little interesting.
Yeah, that's dope. Most people can't read and write in English, so that's good.
Nah, right. You're right
No,
about
that's
that.
what's up. That is dope. That's dope. So I'm gonna point. I wasn't going to touch on this, but because you mentioned it, I am gonna ask. You said you did 10 years in prison.
I
So
did.
do you mind me telling what happened? Because I saw
Um,
I guess your mugshot on your Instagram, but I saw it
right,
was like more of like an inspirational piece to like just
right.
use your hard
Yeah,
times and turn it into positive things. So.
yeah. I mean, pretty much I was just young doing stuff that young niggas do. You know what I'm saying? I got locked up when I was 16 for armed robbery, aggravated assault. I've been in the street since I was 13. You know what I'm saying? I sold drugs, I robbed, I did whatever I had to do. You know what I'm saying? And one of my one of my deeds caught up with me, and I ended up paying my debt to society for it.
Got you. So, what did going to prison teach you, aside from clearly not doing it again? But like, what was one valuable lesson you learned while inside?
Um, Integrity. You know what I'm saying? Like, being a man of your word. You know what I'm saying? Because like in prison, like somebody might be like they gonna do something for you, or
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like your folks might be like I'm gonna send you some money. They don't do it. You know what I'm saying? People get
Mm-hmm.
discouraged. You know, you don't want to let nobody down. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I say like integrity. You know what I'm saying? Or standing on my principles and my morals and values and this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? Like I went through my whole bid. I ain't never told on no nigga. I ain't never
Mm-hmm.
indulged in homosexuality. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that did time can't say that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I learned. I mean I grew up in prison, so it's like it's different. Like I ain't go. I ain't go to prison after I was an adult and you know what I'm
Right,
saying, and made a mistake and went to prison. Like I actually went to prison when I was a kid, so I grew up in
right,
there. Yeah,
right.
so
Which is why I was curious to know, like, what exactly did it teach you? Because your
yeah,
whole
I
life
mean, I learned
almost. So it's
everything.
like, what
Yeah,
values did you learn and everything from
I
that being
learned
in that
almost
environment?
everything in there. Yeah, I learned
Okay,
almost everything in there. Everything that
enjoy.
I know.
Okay, well, let me see what else I got for you. So, another thing that I was curious about that I want you to do is I want you to kind of just inform me and my viewers exactly what is Fam Gloom and is it Mu'min Music? Am I saying it right?
Mu'min Music. Yeah, Mu'min
Mu'min.
Music is,
Okay.
yeah, Mu'min is a believer. It's Arabic. So
Mm-hmm.
I make believer music. I believe in myself. You know what I'm saying? I feel like anybody that's pursuing their dreams and their career, they gotta believe in themselves before they can get the public to believe in you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's where that kind of come from. And Fam Goon is when you a goon, but for your family. You know what I'm saying? Like we real street niggas, but at the end of the day, we got morals and values. We family
Mhm.
oriented. We take care of our kids. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Okay.
another interesting, which kind of goes a little bit back to your when you asked me what my relationship status is, but another interesting
Mm-hmm.
fact about me is I'm polygamous. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that too.
Mm,
But that's why I say
okay.
it's complicated because I really wasn't gonna go into detail. But yeah, I deal with multiple women at a time, and everybody knows about it. Like it's not no, I don't cheat and all that extra stuff. I let you
Well,
know what's going on.
technically, in your situation, it's not cheating, but
Nah, it's not cheating. No, it's not.
So, do you ever come across any issues? Like, do your chicks get
Of course,
along?
I
Do they?
mean, no, I mean, they get along for the most part, but you know, it's just like life in general. You're not gonna like everybody all the time. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's just like the average relationship multiplied by two or three or four. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Hmm.
it's
How do you handle that? How do you
huh?
handle that many women?
How do
Like,
I
how
handle
can
that?
you handle that many women? Are we talking about
Uh,
like going on dates, buying gifts? We talking about
yeah.
just
I mean,
spending time? Like, that's a
for
lot.
one thing, you gotta have your bag right. Your bag got to be all the way right. You know what I'm
I
saying? Because
bet.
you got to do everything equally. You know what I'm saying? So like that's one thing. It's funny because I usually don't even talk about this stuff, but
Well, I told you, I'm,
because
I'm
people
gonna
so
get it.
close minded. You know what I'm saying? Like we live in a real judgmental society, so everybody feel like if you ain't doing things that the way that they do it, then you wrong. When that's not the case.
Right.
It's more than one way to skin a cat. You know what I'm saying? It's more than one right answer, oftentimes. But yeah, I mean, you go through the same thing you'll deal with in any relationship. You're gonna go through ups, you're gonna go through downs. Shit gonna be good, shit gonna be not so good. Sometimes it's all about sticking it out like you would do in any other different type of situation. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So one of my viewers, Kimberly Davis, asked the
I
question,
see
"How
her
many wives
down
do
there.
you have?"
I mean, I can have up to
One of
four.
my
You know what I'm
viewers.
saying?
You said four?
I said I can have up to four. I've had four before. You know what I'm saying? But but I mean, right now, you know, I'm just keeping it simple right now. You know?
Okay. So when you say up
Yeah.
to four, is that a rule like
Yeah, I
that?
mean, well, it's like in Islam you can have four wives, you know what I'm saying? But
Okay. Yeah,
I mean up to four, but no more than four. But
gotcha.
but you gotta be able to do for everybody equally though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I bet. We talking about women.
So
You
like
ain't
I
about
said,
to.
you gotta have your bag all the way right, man. That thing gotta be they gotta
Ooh,
be flowing abundantly.
I bet.
Your cup must be runneth over.
From running. She said.
Hey,
She said, like, how do you manage to keep
um,
everybody happy? So I guess aside from financially being able to provide, like,
Uh, I
how do
mean,
you
well,
give out your time?
women not hard to keep happy. You just gotta keep them happy. You know what I'm saying? You
But
gotta meet their expectations. So a lot of women respect the fact that I keep it honest. You know what I'm saying? I let them know what I got going on before they even, you know what I'm saying? I give you the choice to either accept it or reject it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um, I've had not many rejections. Like most women be so surprised that I actually told them what I had going on that they just get with the
Mhm.
program and me like they just get with it. You know what I'm saying? But the way I look at it is, you know, I have a lot of women that say, "Oh, nah, I can't share my man you know what I'm saying, who I've actually ended up still being with. But I look at it like this. Every woman is sharing her man with somebody. It's whether or not you know it is the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't
a
know if
lot
I
of
believe
time,
that, but okay.
you know what I'm saying? A lot of women are sharing their man, but they have no knowledge of it because he's not keeping it real with them and letting them know what he got going on. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but like me, I'm gonna keep everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it 100. Like what people say, keep it 100. I ain't finna. I don't have time to be arguing with nobody and fighting and fussing about simple stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's way bigger stuff going on in life, period, to be arguing and fussing about small things. So I just say, hey, look, this is what I'm about. This is what I'm not about. Take it or leave it. You know, and they usually take it. You know what I'm saying? Like initially they'll take it, but a lot of women realize that they can't deal with that. They'll rather be in the blind. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women want to be lied to. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
they'll say that they want somebody to keep it real with them, but when they run across a nigga who gonna really keep it real with them, they can't handle it. You know what I'm saying? Initially, it's like, wow, he keeping this really real, and then it's like, damn, this nigga is really real. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit is real. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's just like it's like a catch-22. You know what I'm saying? Like you win, you gonna win whether you like. It's like you really can't win. You know what I'm saying? If you lie to her, you gonna lose, and if you tell her the truth, you gonna lose. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah, so yeah, it'd be like that. But I mean, as long as you got to be a strong woman to be able to be with a man who's openly polygamous. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because it takes a strength within yourself. You have to have security. You have to have a certain amount of security. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
within yourself to be able to deal with a man who's
Mm-hmm.
telling you that he's going to be with. Because a lot of women feel like if you're dealing with another woman, that she's not enough for you. But that's not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily the case. You know what I'm saying? That's not necessarily the case. It just men are hunter gatherers, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we go out and we provide, we go out and we seek, we hunt, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of the times niggas do it just for the thrill, you know what I'm saying? But it's all about being with a nigga who gonna help you build, you know what I'm saying? As opposed
Mm-hmm.
to, you know, women, they so used to, they babysitting, you know what I'm saying? They used to dealing with niggas that they gotta take care of, you know what I'm saying?
Um,
When they deal with a man who's able to go out and get his own and enhance whatever she could bring to the table, then it's just a different story, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
okay. Yeah. Told y'all it was gonna get juicy.
Yeah, right.
I'm learning something new today. Okay. All right. So the next thing I want you to do is I want you to give me 3 things that you've learned from your parents.
Um, well, I learned everything I know from my mom because my dad
Okay.
died when I was 2. But
I'm sorry.
um, I learned to work hard for what you want in life. You know what I'm saying? My mom, she bust her ass her whole life, multiple jobs. You know what I'm saying? And she gonna do. She gonna. I learned how to make sacrifices to provide. You know what I'm saying? Because that's another thing
Mm-hmm.
that she did. She sacrificed the things that she wanted to give us the things that we needed. And I learned patience from her and from being in prison. You know what I'm saying? So work hard, sacrifice, and have patience. Can't lose if you got those 3 things.
Yeah, those are great
Yeah.
characteristics to have. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Send them on. Yeah, my bad.
No, you're good. All right. I got 3 more things and then we can get into the topic. So the next thing I want you to give me 3 of your strengths and 3 of your weaknesses.
Uh, 3 of my strengths. Well, I'm gonna give you 3 of my weaknesses first.
Okay.
Uh, women. Um,
That's an obvious weakness. I don't think
uh,
that.
I mean, but like I say, this goes back to, you know what I'm saying. In order to understand my thought process, you got to understand what I've been through. Like I said, I did 10 years in prison and I'm not gay. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I had
Right.
to have self-restraint for so
Mm,
long that when
long
I
time.
came out here and I actually got my freedom to do what I wanted to do, I found out that I enjoy the company of a beautiful woman. That's
Ain't mad
so
at it.
that's where my weaknesses lie. But it's not a weakness that controls me.
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, just like even right now I'm fasting, so I mean I got plenty of self-restraint. Um, but yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have any bad spending habits. I don't do drugs, so I don't have no habits. The only thing
Right.
that
Other
I have a
than
habit of doing is being really flirtatious. You know what I'm saying? But
okay.
I guess that's about it. I mean, my strengths is um I'm a good dad.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm real loyal, if I fuck with you, I fuck with you to the end. Even if I, you know what I'm saying, even if I'm not necessarily with you, I'm always make sure you good. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
Um and I'm really good at getting money. I guess that's a strength.
Okay. It's always a trend. You know how many people out here struggling to get money? Of course, it's a
Yeah.
strength. All right. So, one fact that it's funny that you mentioned your kids because the next thing I was going to ask has something to do with them.
Oh yeah.
So, yes, because
Oh
I
yeah. I
went
make
and
pretty
saw,
babies.
I see they're so adorable. I saw them on your Instagram. They're cute. Look at you. So,
Yeah. No,
you,
I gotta make some good little pretty little things.
I think from the Instagram pictures that I saw, if I'm not mistaken, you have 5 kids.
I have. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I do actually.
Right now.
It'd be hard for me to keep track of their ass, man. But nah, I got two I mean I got stepkids too, but I
Okay.
got two sons and three daughters. I got a 14-year-old son. I
Mm-hmm.
have a 14-year-old son. I have a 2-year-old son and a 2-year-old daughter, and then I got 8-month-old twins.
Oh, okay, so yeah, I think I saw the twins. Yeah, those are the ones I saw on Instagram. It was like the first picture was 4 kids. You were holding two of them. The other two were standing in front
Hmm.
of you. And then the next picture was your son that just went to prom or something, some type of dance or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, he did. He think he fly.
He was dapper. He looked good. He was dapper.
Mm, right.
So okay, so speaking on the 5 children, um, the question I want to know is if your children ever had the desire to lean towards a different religion, would that be an issue for you?
No, it's not an issue for me because I don't force I give my children free choice. Um,
Okay.
I taught them Islam so that
Mm-hmm.
they would know, but I don't
Right.
force them to pray. Because what I
Okay.
find is when you forced to do something, it makes you rebel against it. It makes you resent that thing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And my mom, she grew up Muslim, but she grew up in a strict Muslim household, and her and her siblings, my uncles and aunts, they ended up rebelling against Islam, except for my uncle who ended up going to prison, so he kind of got back right. But
Okay.
the rest of them kind of just, they're not even really religious like that because it was forced on them. So I don't do that with
Gotcha.
my kids. I give my kids the choice to, they do whatever they want to do. And my oldest stepson, he just went to military school and he's already converted like 6 or 7 of his little friends.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
just from him, like when I was making them pray, they started resenting it because it was like, I want to play the video game. He's making me stop,
Mm-hmm.
and now I gotta go pray. You know what I'm saying? But when I just kind of left them alone and went and prayed on my own, next thing you know, they be praying with me. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of let them get their own little free. I teach it to them. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But I don't make them practice it. They have to make that choice on their own. You know what I'm saying?
That's good though, like you said, because most times when it's being forced on them, they kind of rebel against it. So the
Right,
easiest
right.
way is to just keep
Because I'm
letting them
hard
know.
headed too. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you try to
Yeah,
make me do something, I'm bucking.
everybody.
Yeah,
Right.
but
I think
if
that's
you just
everybody.
if you just give me a suggestion of what you think
Right.
I should do, I might take heed to it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Okay.
But yeah,
Well, that's awesome that you don't force them. Because, like I said, most parents they don't have
I
that
mean, because
mindset.
I look at it as we follow the example of God and His prophets. He never forced.
Mm-hmm.
God doesn't force us to worship Him. You know what I'm saying? He
Mm-hmm.
gives us limited free will. So
Yeah.
why would I force my kids to worship God if God don't even force them to worship Him? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He just says this is what you should do, and if you do it, you'll get this, and if you don't do it, you'll get that. You know what I'm saying? So I just let them
Mm-hmm.
make their own decisions and their own choices. A lot of times with kids, you have to let them learn how to be free thinkers because if you force them to be like blindly follow, then they'll grow up being blind followers, and then they can be led in the wrong direction. All somebody got to do is make it look good for them, and then they'll follow that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you
Yeah,
just gotta kind of let them kids. You gotta teach them right from wrong, and then let them make the choices on their own.
that's true. I agree 1,000%. Okay, last two questions. What other passions, if any, would you want to pursue if you had the opportunity? So if music would have never been like a dream of yours, is there anything else you would have been interested in doing?
Uh, yeah, I always wanted to be an actor, and I always, you know what I'm saying, I want to model. I already think I'm fine, so I want to do that. I want to do acting and modeling at some point in my career. I'm just
Okay.
focusing on the music first because that's my first passion. But yeah, I want to do a
Mhm.
lot of stuff.
Okay. That's what's up. Yeah. I mean, that's what most, people in the industry do. They either start out, as an actor and if they have a passion for music, they go to it later. Or most people that are in the music industry, they venture out to doing movies and stuff like that. So definitely,
Right.
I could tackle it all. All right. And the last question before we get started on this topic that I have for you is, what is the mission behind your music? What are you hoping to admit into the world with your talent?
Um, I mean, of course, I'd like to encourage, not necessarily to convert new people to Islam, but to at least encourage people that are already Muslims that it could be done. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
especially niggas from the street, they'll be like, "Yeah, man, I like what y'all stand for, but man, I don't think I can. I don't think I can. You know what I'm saying? Pray. A lot of niggas ain't never seen nobody that pray 5 times a day. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mm-hmm.
foreign to them, so they don't understand the concept, or they don't understand that it can be done. But when you showing people that's like you that you could do something, the competitive mentality, especially in us blacks, is, oh, I can. If he could do it, I could do it. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I just try to I just try to lead by example. I ain't gonna tell nobody what they should or shouldn't do. I'm just gonna do what I do, and you know what I'm saying. If you see what I got going on, and maybe it might inspire you to do it, because I don't even necessarily say, you know what I'm saying, that you gotta pray how I pray. You know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Just to have that belief system and to believe in God and to just pray. You know what I'm saying. Whatever you need to say, however you want to speak to him, speak to him. You know what I'm saying? Just understand that it's only one creator, it's only one God, and you can't go wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to be able to do that. I definitely want to be able to talk to the youth. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
made a lot of mistakes real young. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to see what I went through. Just the prison system in general is very inhumane. It ain't for no human being. Like I wouldn't even I wouldn't even like, it's not even fit for animals. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely would like to speak to the youth and just let them know that, you know what I'm saying, it's another way and it's a better way that we can make money without having to take the type of chances that end up putting us, well, we ain't gonna win. Like they built that prison industrial complex for us. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
we not gonna win. You feel me? So I definitely would talk to them, you know what I'm saying, and just, cause like us artists, us rappers, like we have a lot of influence over the youth. You know what I'm saying? Soon as Lil Wayne started being blood, the whole world started being blood. Soon as Future started rapping about Molly's and Percocets and lean, the whole
Yeah.
world started taking Molly's, Percocet, and lean. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
what about when you got a rapper who just as fly as these niggas, getting the same money how these niggas is, really official in the streets, but they telling you to do other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you that I don't do drugs and I don't drink alcohol. I'm telling you that I pray 5 times a day. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you that I take care of my kids. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if I had a larger platform, the people that I could touch and the people that I could encourage to do so. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all about just, you know what I'm saying? It's like I say, it's way more ways to skin a cat. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be talking about the same thing everybody else talking about, and you ain't got to be doing the same thing that everybody else doing to be popping. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm that nigga. That's how I feel. So, like, if I can even encourage one person to, put the dope down, put the, you know what I'm saying, quit the drug abuse. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit ain't cool. When I was growing up, it wasn't cool. First of all, monkey can't sell bananas. It was never cool to get high on your own supply. When I was growing up, you know what I'm saying, when I was in the gang, it was like, nah, we ain't do that. That shit was looked at as, that was frowned upon. It was junkie shit. But now it's just super cool to be a J. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully this era gets just kind of grow up out of that shit. Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully. Well, those are all great examples that you have, using your music for. Because, like you said, most of the people in the industry are talking about, your typical drugs, money, girls,
Yeah.
whatever, whatever. And
But a lot of
it's
times it ain't even their
I wouldn't
fault
believe
though.
nobody.
It's the message that the people in power in the industry. That's the message that they want out there. You know what I'm saying? That's why they
Mhm.
put so much marketing dollars into blowing up these artists that talk about that type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't see too many people doing otherwise because everybody want to follow a winning blueprint. Everybody want to follow the formula of what's being successful. You know what I'm saying? So they like, damn, okay, Home successful doing this and talking about this and that. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna do that. Even if you really ain't even on that shit. Y'all be a lot of them rappers don't even do them drugs, but they rap about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't care nothing about you doing them and you getting fucked up and strung out on them. Cause as long as they making their money, they don't give a fuck.
That's all that matters to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm done being nosy. I'm not gonna ask you no more questions. We're gonna get into the topic now. But I appreciate you
Okay.
letting me in a little bit and opening up.
No, that's all good.
The topic for today is, with the music industry being an easy target for exposure to ridicule, which may sometimes result in an imprisonment and or harsh publicity. Do you believe that the targeting is based off of personal religious or spiritual beliefs, or is it more so the lifestyle that is being represented and exemplified through the lyrics and the music?
I mean, it's definitely the agenda is against anything that got to do with Islam anyway. Period. And I'm not just saying that because I'm Muslim. I'm just saying it from the outside looking in. For example, Rollo's situation. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
they condemned him for stuff that he had on social media, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. But my whole thing is Rollo is not the only artist that does these social media antics. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He has a lot of influence with young black men, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like they persecuting him because of that. It ain't got nothing to do with drugs. They don't give a fuck how much drugs a nigga may or may not be selling. They don't give a fuck about shit like that because anything that's preaching getting niggas locked up, getting, you know what I'm saying, fucking up the
Mm-hmm.
community, anything like that, they all for that. You know what I'm saying? But aside from him rapping about drugs, he also the example that he says, you know what I'm saying? Him actually being touching the people, being with the fans, you know what I'm saying? Praying, talking about spirituality. You never hear niggas talking about spirituality, you know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they nailed him to the cross because he's not rapping about or doing nothing that everybody else ain't doing. Everything that he rap about is the same shit that everybody else rap about. Everything with the taking pictures of money and this, that, and the other is the same shit that every other artist be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like all that shit don't mean nothing, but it's about the bigger picture and that's the agenda. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't
Mm-hmm.
want that out there. They don't want to see no praying black man leading other black men to pray. You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
man. Yeah.
They don't want to see that because they want us ignorant. They want us to continue the cycle of going back and forth to prison and the recidivism and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So whatever he might be allegedly accused of, it's bigger than drugs and it's bigger than music. You know what I'm saying? It's about the real agenda here is about what do you stand for? You know what I'm saying? They did it with Malcolm. They did it with and like I say, it don't necessarily have to do with Islam. It's more so it more so has to do with your leadership ability and the fact that you can lead people out of the darkness into the light. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? They did it with Malcolm. They did it with Martin. Anybody who's ever spoke out against them or ever been in the power of authority or to be able to lead black men, they're gonna take you out. Whether they gotta put you in prison or whether they gotta like they did with Jamil Alameen or they gotta kill you like they did with Malcolm and Martin. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? You got Nelson Mandela. You got the dude, Dr. Simi, who found the AIDS
Yeah.
cure. You know what I'm saying?
It's,
Like it's anything that you could do to help the people, our people especially, they taking you out. Period. The government is taking you out. I'm not even gonna necessarily say the government because they're not even in control. It's the people. It's a monopoly. You know what I'm saying? It's the people that got the
mm-hmm.
power over the money. You know what I'm saying? They control the governments. They control all that. You know, but that's real deep. Like we you know what I'm saying? We can go all day about that.
I
I can
mean,
break a
listen,
lot
this
of
is
stuff
your
down.
time. You talk as much as you want.
But
That's
yeah,
what this
nah,
is
but
for,
for
to
real,
get
like it's
input.
it's just I'm just gonna say it's deeper than rap and it's deeper than drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
it's real powers out there, real entities out there that
I believe it.
want to continue to see people of color destitute, people of color in poverty-stricken situations, in hopeless situations. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's just the way that the world is, and the way it's been working for a long, long time, and the way it's gonna continue to work because it's not enough people that's enlightened to be able to fight against it. And anytime
Right.
you have a torch bearer, they're gonna silence you. You know what I'm saying? One way or the other. So, like, I'm
So,
convinced
like,
they're gonna knock me out one day. You know what
I
I'm
was just
saying?
about to ask you, like, with you knowing that,
I don't care
you
though, but
still continue to.
I'm not afraid of death though. You know what I'm saying? I'm more
Right.
concerned about what I put forth for my hereafter. You know what I'm saying? And my legacy that I leave behind for my kids. Like, as
Hmm.
long as I leave them equipped to be able to deal with the world the way that it is, I don't care. Like, I'm not really concerned about death. You know what I'm saying? Because everything already been written. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna knock me off. It's cool. I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna stop. Whatever is ordained for me is gonna happen anyway. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it is what it is. It ain't gonna
Okay.
silence me though. Not willingly. I'm not gonna never be no puppet. You feel me? Like
Okay.
I ain't rocking like that. Ain't no Illuminati and all that gonna trick me into selling my soul.
Okay.
Like I ain't. You can't trick me with money because money don't impress me like that. I done had money. I
Yeah.
done blew money. I done had it, lost it, got it again. Had it, lost it, got it again. You know what I'm saying? That don't entice me. Um, you can't warp my spiritual mind because I know who I am and I know who I
Hmm.
worship. You know what I'm saying? So I got a strong concept of Tawheed, which is the oneness of Allah, the oneness of God. You know what I'm saying? I understand who my Lord is. So you can't trick me on no type of spiritual situation. Um, only thing it really ain't no way to get to me. Like besides just go ahead and kill me or lock me up. And even if you lock me up, like I'm gonna still have a voice in prison. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Okay.
But yeah.
All right. Well, at this time, I'm going to open it up to the viewers so that they can give me their input on the topic or ask any more questions that they may have, in case they want to be a little bit nosier and ask you some stuff that's not going to do so. So I'll repeat the topic again for everybody that's watching, and I want you guys to let me know how you think, what you feel about it. So I asked him, with the music industry being an easy target for exposure to ridicule, which sometimes leads to imprisonment and or harsh publicity. Do you guys believe that the targeting is based off of their religious or spiritual beliefs, or is it more so based off of the lifestyle that is being represented and exemplified through the lyrics and the music videos? So you guys feel free to comment. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, what
And
y'all think?
so we're just gonna wait a few minutes, see what they say. In the meantime, we can have small talk. How's your day going?
So far so good. You know, I took it easy today because it rained a little bit, but I went to Juma earlier today, and
You said you went where?
to Juma, it's like church for Muslims.
Okay.
We go to Juma every Friday,
Okay.
and listen to the sermon, the khutbah. In Arabic, it's called khutbah, but we do that every Friday from this time of year. It's usually from 1 to 2,
Hmm.
um, or from 2 to 3 actually, but in like colder months it'd be from 1 to 2.
Okay.
So yeah, we do it. We in Islam we go off the lunar calendar. So it's like with sunset each new day starts. So our months are typically 29 to 30 days, and so that like Ramadan and like the month of fasting.
Hmm.
Some months it be in the cold months, some months it be in the hot months. You know what I'm saying? Because it's on the lunar calendar.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Look at me learning some new stuff today.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, you stick around me long enough, you're gonna learn something if you don't do nothing else.
Yes. All right, so nobody is commenting. I guess they don't have an intake tonight. Sometimes they like to talk, sometimes they don't.
Right.
It's all in here. And just to let you know too, and to let the viewers know, the typical questions that I did not ask are still going to get answered. If you guys are interested in knowing like where the name came about and knowing his history as far as like his labels and his background, I will be posting his bio on the website, which is talkofame101.com. And I'm gonna post all his
Right.
information there along with his social media. So if you guys want to connect with him, follow him, whatever the case, I'll put all of that on there as well, so you can contact him and all that good stuff. Well, I'm gonna sit here until 9. You can sit with me if you want to, but you don't have to. It's totally up to you. But thank you so very much for coming on and letting me be nosy and ask all the questions.
Right, right.
I
Nah, that's
appreciate
all
it.
good. I appreciate you having me. I
No
never did a
problem.
live like like the Facebook live,
Mhm.
the actual interview where you join the live. Yeah, like that's my first time
Yeah.
seeing that. So that was pretty cool. How long you been doing that?
I have been doing Facebook Live videos for a few months. It hasn't been too long, but I just started recently with bringing on special guests. I think I've been doing it for maybe a month, having a special guest come on. So
Right,
every Friday I have somebody new come on. But I've
right.
never, tonight was my first night doing an interview. Anytime I have somebody come on, I never interview them. I only have them
Oh,
give me their
word.
question. So you were my first
Oh,
interview in broadcast.
okay. That's dope.
I kind of like this.
Hey,
I might
I'm
have to
honored.
start doing this more often. Look at that, right?
Right,
So
right.
it's a first for the both of us. So thank you.
Okay. Yeah. What you do today though?
Nothing, nothing, running around like crazy. Well, I slept in for a little bit and then I got up and I left at the house very late. It took me behind and I had to go make a run and go pick something up. And then I got stuck in traffic and the rain, so I was late.
Oh yeah, yeah. That traffic, man. That's the only
I
thing
tell you, it's
about
horrible.
Atlanta, man. We got the
I
worst
swear it
traffic
was like
ever.
accidents every way possible. There had to be 2 to 3 accidents on the interstate in the same spot. I'm like, these
Oh
people
yeah, they don't
cannot
know how
drive.
to drive here.
I know. You
Like,
know how to take their driver's test, right? Like here in Atlanta, if you want to get your license, they make you practice in the parking lot.
right, right.
So I know they don't know
Yeah.
how to drive because the only practice they have is in the parking lot.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Yeah.
no.
No, they
Well,
terrible here,
you
man.
gotta be a
I
fool.
got road rage, so I be cussing folks out. I be like, man, look,
Me too.
yeah, I'm gonna be with it. They do too much.
I'm the same way. I
I
was on the
just
phone
got
with my mom.
T-boned a couple months ago. Somebody ran a red light and T-boned me at the intersection. Like,
Okay, pay
and
attention.
left the scene.
Oh wow, they tried it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they called the next day and like reported the accident,
Before they,
gave it, and like yeah, gave they insurance information. But that was the next day. But yeah, it was like, man, them folks they can't drive here.
Mhm.
I usually don't even like to get on. I don't even start driving usually until like nighttime when ain't gonna be too many people on the road. And even then,
Yeah.
like we be having traffic all the way up to 10 at night sometimes. Like
Depending,
it's
yeah, depending
terrible
on
here,
where you
man.
live and where you're
They need to
driving.
hurry up and make them flying cars that they got in the cuff.
I don't even think, honestly, I don't think flying cars are gonna be a good idea. Because if they can't drive on the road, they ain't gonna be able to drive in the air either. They're gonna be
No, they
bumping
ain't
into
gonna be able to
the
drive. Oh, they ain't gonna be able to drive, but at least they ain't gonna be in my way because I'm gonna fly all over the top of them. Like, they ain't gonna be holding me up from where I'm trying to go.
I low key wish like we had like real life Uber cars because
Huh?
in the midst of them times,
What you gonna do with that? Did you uh you heard from Tiffany? What we gotta get up? No, Tiffany. My bad, I'm still paying bills.
sorry, I told
Yeah,
you,
she
you
texted me.
free. I'm not gonna hold you hostage somewhere. You
About
good?
the old utility bill. I mean, no, my bad, not the old utility bill, but The deposit. You know what I'm saying? No, for the Atlantic. No, the repairs to the unit and stuff. I'll show it to you. Yeah, man. Yeah, gotta make sure these folks get their money, man.
That's right. That's right. 'Cause they gonna
Yeah.
come after you.
Nah, what it is. Yeah.
Hey, Wealthy. So Wealthy,
Hey,
this
Wealthy.
is John Doe.
14.
This is my special guest for tonight. His name is Jean Deau. He's in the music industry.
You ready?
You know what you could do?
I'm ready to eat. I'm about to break my fast. It's time to eat. All right. I gotta go. I gotta pray and break my fast. But
Yes, go
I
for it.
enjoyed myself. I appreciate you
No
having me.
problem.
And let me know if you need anything.
Yes, sounds good. No problem. Go eat.
All right, later.
Bye. Okay. I'm sorry, Wealthy. She said hi. What? So I was trying to tell you that that is John Doe. He is a rapper in the music industry. He is on the label with Rollo. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but we were doing a discussion today, and the topic that I had was with the music industry being an easy target for exposure to ridicule, which may sometimes result in imprisonment and or harsh publicity. Do you believe the targeting is based off of personal religious beliefs, or is it simply the lifestyle that is being exemplified through the lyrics and music videos? So, do you feel like most rappers or people in the music industry get in trouble with the law because of the lifestyle that they're portraying in the music videos and their lyrics? Meaning, like when they talk about weed, selling drugs and all the crazy stuff and showing guns in their music videos and all that. Do you feel like any, why is the camera not focusing in anymore? Do you feel like any lashback that they get is because of that? Or do you think that it's more so of a bigger picture where they're being targeted because of, maybe their religious beliefs, or maybe because they, like John said, maybe because they have the power to speak and be the voice for others and show them a more positive representation for the artists that don't necessarily speak on like drugs and stuff like that, but they still talk about their experiences like in the streets and all that type of stuff. You feel like they're being targeted because they are trying to now be a positive role model for the younger generations and other people, or do you think it's probably because of just the music lyrics that they have and the things they do in the video? So I guess I know about that. Well, yeah, that's his label mate, John Doe. And like I said, I'm going to add his bio along with his social media information to my website. Hopefully this weekend. I'm going to try this weekend. So you guys can read up on him if you want more information. And I just want y'all to know that I keep wiping my nose because my nose ring is itching. I know most of y'all are probably like, that's a booger right here. No, it's not. It's just my nose ring. It's okay. Well, we got 8:52. So we got 8 more minutes together. And then I'm checking out. Thanks, Juan. Y'all, it's Friday. It's Friday. Mm-mm-mm. So nobody wants to give me their input. Y'all feel like talking today? Yeah, I've been waiting to drink this pop. I was trying not to be rude and drink it in the middle when I'm talking. Hey, Wealthy, I knew I could count on you. That's why you're my girl. Because you'll never leave me hanging. All right, so Wealthy, let me get comfortable. So Wealthy said, this is irritating. I need to switch it. Wealthy said, some get caught or in trouble because of it all. Some are in the life they rap about. Some are targeted because of their influence or impact, and others because of their stupidity of trying to portray something that they are not. Okay. That makes sense in every way possible. Definitely makes sense. So, did you guys enjoy Jean Deau? Did you enjoy the interview? Was there any questions y'all would have liked for me to ask? I guess I'm just excited because tonight's my first night of doing the interview along with the broadcast. So you guys kind of get a feel for what I do naturally when I'm off camera, when it comes to me interviewing people. I'm always open to any feedback you guys have, both positive and negative. I'm open to all the learning experience. So let me know. If what he said, it's like the world or government doesn't want there to be a voice for those afraid who are unable to speak up. Of course, I mean, you have to think about it. And I'm not, this is the way I look at it. In certain situations, you have, we're going to use domestic violence as an example. So there is a couple that's, and someone's trying to speak up, they become target. It's common sense though. Like if somebody could control you or control the things you do, think, and or say, and they have all the power, you know what I'm saying? That they have all the control and all the power over you. They're not going to want you to be around other people who are going to tell you, listen, this is the way it really should be. This is what you really deserve. This is, how it's really supposed to go. You're supposed to be in control. Da 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 da. If somebody's trying to lead you down the right direction, it's going to offend the other person because they're then going to lose control of what, over the things that they have control over. So whether it be a person, whether it be society, whether it be a job, whatever the case it is, once you start to take control from somebody, or once you become a problem because you may now be getting the followers that this one person has, it's gonna be an issue. They ain't gonna like you too much. It's not about to be fun. Because that's the word I was looking for, control. Control. Yeah, crazy though. Just like you said, what happened with MLK, with Malcolm X, a whole bunch of them. A lot of people have sacrificed, their life and their efforts to try and make a difference and be a leader and show that change is possible. But powers that be, not too happy. Oh yeah, I don't know why my camera keeps coming out of focus. There we go. Yeah, it's crazy. It happens. Just gotta be willing to either stick it through and continue to fight the fight or give up and let them win. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my little spill while I got 2 minutes left. She said, this is so off topic. I need you to do me one favor, please. Girl, the topic has been over with since he left. It's no problem. What you need me to do? I need you to do me a favor. I need some of them strawberry, whatever you be having, strawberry cheesecake, banana pudding. Oof, I can use one right now. What's your name, boo? I got you. Have a delicious meal tonight for me. I'm on 10-day grain smoothie class. Ooh, I'm sorry. I got you because thanks to my oh so amazing husband, I got me some ribs, corn on not corn on the cob, some cornbread and some macaroni and cheese waiting for me when I get home. I will eat that with she said strawberry shortcake, banana cake, pudding, red lip. Oh, that sounds so good. Y'all make sure y'all hit Wealthy up if y'all want. I'm on day 5. Why are you doing the clean? I don't know how y'all be killing yourself like that. Just like Lord John don't really have an excuse. It's a part of his beliefs to fast. But yeah, I can't hold off on eating. I can't do that. Ooh, and chocolate. I want to mix flavors. I want a strawberry shortcake. I want a strawberry banana shortcake pudding or a red velvet and chocolate. Like, ooh, that sounds so good. Just being fat now. Yeah, I'm so hungry. Check her out, y'all. Her IG is at a rich taste. Check out her Instagram. Quick shout out. Whoa, that's perfect timing because it's 9 o'clock. So I got to wrap up with my mini commercial. But thank you guys so much for chiming in tonight. Thank you for watching. Thank you to Jean Deau for coming on to be my special guest. And thank you to Boss Lady. You know why. You know who you are. But thank you guys so very much. That's all I wanted. We're gonna listen. We're gonna make this happen. That's all I wanted. Thank you guys so much for chiming in, for watching. For those of you that shared, thank you so much for sharing. For those that chimed in and gave me their input, or those that asked questions during my interview with him, thank you guys so very much for doing that. I'm glad that he felt comfortable, clearly comfortable enough to open up to me about this publicly. What you said, he never does. So I'm good. I like comfort. That's the whole point of this, is for me and the individual to bond and for them to be comfortable and just open up and tell me everything that I want to know. So I'm glad it worked. Once again, I will be posting his information on my website, and I'm going to input the video as well on the website. And yeah, so I look forward to talking to you guys on Monday. And I will see y'all later. Make sure you have a great weekend. For those that may have been watching for the first time tonight, if you're not doing so already, please go ahead and go to talkoffame101.com and go down to the main page and look for my social media. Follow me on everything. I do follow back. And I'll talk to you later. Peace out. Be safe this weekend. No drinking and driving. No turning up too much. Have fun. Make great decisions. And remember, you are great. Don't let anybody try to tell you anything different. Bye, guys.